Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're diving into the Colts' unofficial depth chart for their preseason opener. Let's talk about a couple of key points. First up, Nick Cross is listed as the starting free safety. For those of you who've been following my videos, this shouldn't be a shock. Cross has been getting most of the first team reps. Sure, Rodney Harrison and Rodney Thomas have had some time on the field, but Cross is really stepping up. He's played both free and strong safety and can even fill in as an emergency nickel. While I'm a bit unsure about him as the starting free safety due to his limited experience, betting on young talent isn't a bad move. Look at Bernard Ryman. Our faith in him last season paid off. And now PFF ranks our offensive line as the #1 in the AFC. The second point is about the wide receiver spot. Alec Pierce and Adonai, A.D. Mitchell, are both vying for the wide receiver 3 position. The Colts haven't named a clear frontrunner, which makes sense. I don't see Pierce being ahead of Mitchell or vice versa. A.D. Mitchell might be the more naturally talented player, but Pierce is entering his third season, which gives him the edge in experience. While Pierce has impressed in 11-on-11 drills, Mitchell has shined in one-on-one matchups. Some fans have mentioned that Mitchell seems unfocused at times, but I think that's unlikely. He was a second-round pick who was expected to go in the first round, which is why he wears the number 10, to remind himself of the receivers picked before him. Mitchell brings personality and athleticism that the Colts need, which could help elevate Anthony Richardson. More skilled players mean a stronger offense, and Mitchell is definitely a playmaker. I believe Josh Downs is going to have a breakout season, potentially hitting over 1,000 yards. Michael Pittman Jr. is already one of the top receivers in the league, and with Richardson healthy, he'll only get better. Overall, our offense has great potential. It hasn't been perfect in training camp, partly because Richardson's accuracy is still improving and our defensive line is formidable. We've seen stars like Kwity Paye, DeForest Buckner, and Grover Stewart making life tough for the offense. Taquan Lewis and Dio have been out, but once they're back, the defensive line will be even stronger. Despite some challenges, I've noticed a lot of explosive plays from the offense. If we weren't seeing these big plays, I'd be worried. Remember, Richardson is only 22, making him one of the youngest quarterbacks in the NFL, so patience is key. With time, I'm confident our offense will find its rhythm. Let's move on to the next point. Kwity Paye and Taquan Lewis are listed as the starting defensive ends, with Laiatu Latu as a backup. This is something I anticipated even before Samson Ebukam got injured. Many people disagreed with me since Latu was our 15th overall pick and considered by many as the best defensive player in the draft. It might seem strange not to start him right away, but the Colts have a strong defensive line. It makes sense to let him develop against the second team and hone his skills. Having Latu behind Kwity Paye shows that the Colts are serious about developing his talent. This doesn't mean Latu won't start in Week 1 against the Houston Texans, but for now, the Colts are going with Lewis and Paye. Lewis had over 40 pressures last season and is highly underrated. Many casual fans might not know him, but he's a solid player. Paye, a former first-round pick, is more well-known and had 9.5 sacks last season. While I don't think Paye is incredible, he's definitely capable. Now, regarding the tight end position, Mo Alie-Cox and Kylen Granson are the starters. This is a bit surprising to me. Granson isn't a surprise, as he's the most balanced tight end on our roster. However, seeing Mo Alie-Cox ahead of Drew Ogletree was unexpected. Drew has looked good in camp and has a lot of potential. Alie-Cox is mainly known for his blocking, though he can be a mismatch in goal line situations due to his basketball background. I have a soft spot for Jelani Woods. If I were Shane Steichen, I'd probably start him just for his potential. But Steichen knows what he's doing, and he's chosen to go with Granson and Alie-Cox for now. We have to trust his decision. We haven't seen the last of Ogletree, though. In the last practice, he found the end zone. Woods is also showing flashes of brilliance, but still struggles with consistency, occasionally dropping passes. He missed all of last season, so it will take time for him to fully develop. Overall, there aren't too many surprises on the list. Colts fans might be surprised that Latu is a backup, but it's all part of the development process. I doubt any Colts fan would be surprised by what I've said so far, except maybe for our 15th overall pick, Laiatu Latu, being behind Taquan Lewis. However, Lewis had over 40 pressures last season, so he deserves to be ahead of Latu for now. Remember, this is the NFL, not the NBA, where rookies often come in and make an immediate impact. While we've seen rookies succeed in the NFL, it's much harder when you're up against players with a few years of experience. Take Alec Pierce, for example. I see him as a wide receiver 4 in the NFL. He's currently ahead of Adonai Mitchell, who was viewed as first-round talent and did great against top college corners. Pierce has the advantage of experience in the league and familiarity with the scheme. We're playing the Denver Broncos on Sunday, and Shane Steichen will speak to the media tomorrow to update us on whether the starters will play. I saw that Matt LaFleur mentioned the Packers will play Jordan Love and their starters in their game. I'd be shocked if Steichen doesn't play Richardson. Last year, Richardson played in 2 preseason games with starters like Grover Stewart and Michael Pittman Jr. out there, so I expect him to play the starters again. Richardson needs all the reps he can get. No one can seriously argue that he shouldn't be playing in the preseason. He's still a developing quarterback with only 13 starts at Florida and 5 in the NFL, and he only finished one of those games. He needs the chance to face Denver, even if it's just for a few drives. Denver wasn't a top team last season, and their defense struggled, so it's a great opportunity for Richardson to gain experience. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.